Welcome back to the Flow Sports Fix on this Monday. We've got some AFL still to come for you. We've also got Courts Sports Express and chatting to an AFLW player not too far away. Well, it's right now, though. It is the Flowman. He's looking at some local football previews, starting with the NEFL.
The North-Eastern Football League, and it is going to be a terrific start to the season on April the 24th. One of the latter leagues to start, so still 4 weeks away with the Easter break, and then with Anzac just after their games that are being played in their opening round of matches. In historical terms, the North-Eastern Football League has seen some terrific clubs, but none more greater than Booberawi, who won 13 premierships, but they were way back through the 50s and 60s. The club merged to become BBH, Booberawi, Borough and Hallett, but unfortunately they haven't had a lot of success. Back in the Daniel Schell era of the mid-2000s, when they picked up the 2009 and 2011 premierships, the BBH Rams, but nothing since then. Other clubs in the competition, which has got some terrific heritage jumpers like the Blythe Snowtown Cats. They wear the Cats jumper and we're very much a powerful club in the early 2000 era, last premiership 2013. The current and stellar club is the BSR Tigers, and they are winners in 3 of the last 4 premierships, and in the netball side of the world, Yadunda Robertstown and BSR have been the last 2 premiership winners in netball. The Yadunda Robertstown combination in football terms are the Southern Saints. They came together in 2010, so it's kind of like their 12th season amalgamated, and they haven't won a premiership in that time. You've got to go right back for Yadunda to 78, 81 and 82 to their golden era, where those premierships are back-to-back in 81, 82, and the Barossa League was the last time they had a premiership, as Yadunda Robertstown were quite successful in Mid-Murray, but the amalgamation hasn't brought any fruit in the NEFL at A-grade level. Min-Man have been one of the great clubs with 9 premierships since the amalgamation. They're one of the first town-type amalgamations that we've seen in this era that have been successful, that have maintained that amalgamation. Since 69 and 70, they were premiers, and then right through their last one in 2012. But last year they did get right up the ladder from bottom to come runners-up in a season that was shortened, but also had less clubs. North Clare, the Roosters, haven't tasted any success since 1997, and then South Clare haven't had any success since 2005. So those 2 Clare-based sides are still vying away 8 premierships to North and 7 to South. Riverton, Saddleworth, Marrable have been the powerhouse in recent years with the three-peat in the 14, 15 and 16 seasons, and they are the Hawks playing with a navy blue and white outfit. I reckon they'll be powerful again this year. The first up home and away matches are on April the 24th. South play North in the traditional derby at Clare Oval. RSMU play Min-Man. What could be better than the rivals game between these 2 great clubs? They love coming up against each other, and we're going to see an absolute beauty. Min-Man are really going to look to come out after their success in making the grand final last year to really put it up to the powerful side from RSMU. Blythe Snowtown play the Southern Saints, and the Saints will want to get something happening this year. Surely it's a year where we can see some major improvement from them after having 2 grand final losses in that 14, 15, 16 era where RSMU were too good for the Southern Saints. Maybe they can get a win up first up against Blythe Snowtown out at Snowtown, and BSR take on BBH. BBH getting a club together after being in recess last year with COVID. BSR, well, this club is a powerful one. Will they continue with their premiership success at the top of NEFL? Only time will tell, and we'll have full coverage on the Flow as we begin our coverage on the Friday night sports show on the 9th of April.
Yes, straight after Easter, we're all looking forward to it, the return of the Flow Winter Sports Show, football and netball coverage right across the Flow region. Well, from the NEFL and a preview of what's going to be taking place, now to some trial games that were taking place over the weekend too.
Plenty of trial matches were played on the weekend around our regions, and some interesting matches across our broadcast regions. The Warwick Brim Eagles had their first up clash for the pre-season, so they head into Wimmera football in a couple of weeks' time. They took on Skipton in the practice match. So down there at Skipton, a good game of football, I reckon, too, from what we're told. The very, very talented Warwick Nabil side looking to get themselves going for this season in Wimmera football. In North Central football, the Donald Royal Blues were out and about and enjoying their practice match against Swan Hill on their home deck. Not too long after the cricketers have got themselves out onto the park, it was the footballers getting themselves out and having a good hit out on the weekend. In Sunraysia football, it was the carnival up at Merbein, and what a good performance it was at Kenny Park by the Robinvale Euston side, beating the Owen United Kangas in their trial match, the first up game of the year for both clubs, and wasn't obviously for premiership points, but it was a big win by Robinvale Euston, 10-8-68 to Owen United Kangas 3-20. While in the netball, it was the girls from the Owen United 46 beating Robinvale Euston 33, so in pre-season competition. In other competitions, the Southern Mallee Giants took on the Sea Lake Nandalee Tigers at Beulah, and it was a big concert held afterwards too, and a big night from what we're told, getting all the cobwebs out of the system. We're talking about the footballers here, by the way, and well done to everyone coming out to play. It was a pretty good day of football, and congratulations to young netballer Giant Abby White, who has made the Wimmera Football and Netball League's under-17 representative team for netball, and trainings on Wednesday nights, I believe, for tournaments to be held in June. And speaking of representative, a couple of under-17 boys from out of Nullawil in Golden Rivers have been successful in making the Bendigo Pioneers under-17 squad. These two lads are Paddy Kelly and also another lad, Geordie Humphrey. So good on the two Nullawil lads getting through to the under-17 Pioneers final squad. There's plenty happening in country football, even in the lead-up to football starting after Easter, and we'll bring you full coverage on our Sports Fix and on the Friday night sports show Winter Edition, returning on the 9th of April.